Hey, what's up, guys? It's the final round, and my name is Jordan. This is a channel where the episodes come out the day before the lines drop. I just give the opportunities based off of data that I see and give it to you. I do have a Discord. The link is in the description. There's discussion going on all day long in the Discord about the lines as they come out, and it's a lot of very smart people, really good discussion. I encourage you to join and join the conversation and help everyone out to make some money. I also want to thank all of you guys for your prayers. The two different situations that happened in the hospital at the exact same time, there probably couldn't have been a better outcome for both of them. So thank you all for your prayers, and I really appreciate that. Also, I don't charge for picks. I don't think you should pay for something that you don't know if it's gonna work or not. I've seen channels that have like 10 videos out and like they started from the very beginning with a Discord or with a paywall, just charging for picks and saying that they get all theirs right, and people are falling for it and they're paying for it. When you have free Discords you can join and talk to people, I don't get it. So I don't charge for anything. If you do win and you feel like giving back, you can donate to this channel. I have a Cash App and Venmo. Links are in the description, or you can press the thanks button on YouTube, and that helps out. And if you can, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you have a little bit of extra time, leave a comment for the algorithm. I usually give like a special word for people just to put in, and it helps get the video out there. For today, I need your guys' opinion on a very hot topic. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Who's your guys' top guy? Who is it? I'm not going to tell you mine. I'm a Cleveland fan. I have mixed emotions for LeBron James. So I don't want to give out my thoughts. And also to the guy who said, hey Jordan, use that donation money and buy a shirt with some sleeves. Ouch. Ouch. When you pay $500 for a tattoo, you wear sleeveless shirts as much as you possibly can. After I got this tattoo, I grabbed the scissors and I cut the sleeves off of every single shirt that I owned. I dare you to invite me to your wedding. And also, before we get into it, I put myself out there. There's an email in the description. If you feel like you're struggling with this, if you feel like you're depositing money into your account every single day, if you're using it off credit, if it's hurting you or hurting your family and you just need someone to talk to, you can reach out to me, and I'm more than willing to talk to you. I have had people reach out to me and just ask me to help them bet more, and I'm not going to help you do that if you're having a problem. Don't be afraid to admit it. It's just you and me in a conversation. So I just want to throw that out there. But let's get into it. I got 11 picks for you guys for tomorrow. This first one, you guys are not going to like it, but I have to put it out there. Is it Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or is it Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? People were hating in the comments saying that I wasn't pronouncing it right. I said Shai. Maybe it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I've heard both. So I'm going with that guy again against the Houston Rockets. Again, last time he was on the road, he scored 24 points. He shot 30% from the floor, and he averages 50% from the floor on the season. So this was an outlier. He should not shoot 30% again, and he still got 24 points, and his line was around 31 points. So he still was a few buckets away. And the Rockets, I have to say every single time, give up the most points to the point guard position, the most assists, the most three-pointers made, the most steals, and the most fantasy points to the point guard position. So we have to go with that guy that's named Shai or Shai. I'm not quite sure. Over his last 5 home games, he's averaged 31.5 points, 6.5 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. So they're probably going to have his line right back there at 31 points. He's playing at home this time. That makes a difference, and I expect him to shoot much better and not shoot 30% from the floor. So I'm going with him again for my first pick. My second pick, he is day-to-day. I'm looking at Anthony Davis up against the Pelicans. Anthony Davis has played great since he's come back from injury. The Pelicans give up the 9th most points to the center position, the 17th most rebounds, so kind of in the middle, 11th most assists, and the 8th most fantasy points to the center position. So I definitely like his points. We'll see where they put his props at. But since he's come back from injury, he's averaging 24 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. So definitely like his points. If they keep his points prop down in the lower 20s, I could see him scoring very well once again. But like I said, he is day-to-day. LeBron is also day-to-day. So we'll see what happens. If LeBron is out, then definitely Anthony Davis scoring points, because it's going to be him and Russ. So we'll see how that goes. But I do like him in this matchup against the Pelicans. My third pick, Kyrie Irving requesting a trade again. As a Cleveland fan, I get it. He just does it out of nowhere. So I'm picking Nick Claxton. I don't even know if Kyrie's going to play. Do you put him out there on the court? They play the Wizards. The Wizards are on a back-to-back. The Wizards give up the 6th most points to the center position, and they also give up the 10th most blocks to the center position, and we all know Nick Claxton likes to get his blocks. Over his last 5 home games, he's averaging 14.5 points, almost 12 rebounds, and almost 3 blocks. So I definitely like his points on going up against the Wizards on a back-to-back, and I definitely like his blocks. So when you have blocks, you look at fantasy score because you get +3 for every single block. So I definitely like his fantasy score here, and he gets a lot of rebounds. So not sure what's going to happen with Kyrie, with him requesting a trade and the trade deadline coming up soon. So I would imagine Nick Claxton is going to play very well and Kyrie just kind of be out of it. My fourth pick, Julius Randle up against the Clippers. The Clippers give up the 5th most points, the 11th most rebounds, the 3rd most three-pointers made, and the 4th most fantasy points to the power forward position. And when I say the 3rd most three-pointers made, sometimes Julius Randle thinks he's Steph Curry and he will chuck up a bunch of threes. So definitely check out that prop if it comes out with Julius Randle 3-pointers made. Over his last 5 home games, he's averaging 23.5 points, 13 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. I know they like to have his points prop around 25, so it's going to be just above his average. And he's also a rebounding machine. They like to have his prop around 12.5. And the Clippers give up the 11th most rebounds, and he's been getting 13 rebounds a game. So you could definitely look at points, rebounds, and 3-pointers made for Julius Randle up against the Clippers. My 5th pick, this guy, we know he can play basketball. Luka Doncic has been absolutely insane. He hurt his ankle, comes back from an ankle injury, and he's just kind of been sitting in the 4th quarter. So I'm looking at his first half prop. I don't know where it's going to come out at, but over his last 2 games, in the first half, he's averaging 27 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. And he's going up against the Warriors, who give up the 5th most points to the point guard position, the 2nd most 3-pointers, and the 5th most fantasy points to the point guard position. So I don't see Luka stopping. He just goes out there and just scores as much as he possibly can on a pace of 50 points a game in that first half, and hopes his team gets a lead and they win. Maybe this has to do with Christian Wood sitting. Christian Wood's not going to play again tomorrow. We'll see where that first half prop comes out. They might put it at 20. Who knows? But 27 a game over his past 2. We can't ignore that. So I definitely like Luka scoring, and you can take a look at his 3 points prop as well. My 6th pick, he is on a back-to-back. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but he does have a good matchup. Trae Young up against the Nuggets. The Nuggets give up the 4th most points and the 3rd most assists to the point guard position. And Trae Young, over his last 5 road games, has 24 points and 11.5 assists. That 24 points is actually kind of low for Trae Young. They normally have his line around 26.5, 27.5. So his line's probably going to be above where his average is, but they've had his line for assist around 9.5 and 10. So I like his assist here. He does have a good matchup for points. So you could take it if you like it. You could take points and assist, but definitely assist with him giving up the 3rd most assists to the point guard position. Especially if it's a back-to-back and he feels tired, he might feel more inclined to pass the ball. My 7th pick, he is day-to-day. So is Nikola Jokic. But Aaron Gordon on the other side of that game against the Hawks. The Hawks give up the 3rd most points and the 2nd most rebounds to the power forward position. So if Aaron Gordon gets the thumbs up, he could have a really great game, especially if Jokic is out. He'd get more rebounds than he normally does. But over his last 5 home games, he's averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. So if he gets the thumbs up, we're definitely looking at points and rebounds for Aaron Gordon. I've seen his line around that 16 range, so it definitely is going to be a good spot for the over. My 8th pick, he's not a natural point guard, but the Pelicans have CJ McCollum listed as a point guard on their depth chart. They don't have like a natural point guard in their starting lineup, so it is CJ McCollum, and he's playing against the Lakers, who give up the 2nd most points to the point guard position. And since CJ McCollum has come back from injury over his last 4 games, he's averaging 22.5 points, 5.5 assists, and 4 rebounds. So I'm looking at that 22.5 points. If we can get his line in the lower 20s, then I definitely like CJ McCollum points. And he's playing the point guard, so you could look at assist and kind of mix it in. But definitely points for CJ McCollum. If it gets up around 24, 25, that might be getting a little too high. So we want the lower 20s for CJ McCollum in this matchup. And my 9th pick, hopefully they don't get blown out by 30, but Chris Paul, he's going to be on a back-to-back as well. But he's playing against the Pistons. The Pistons give up the 8th most points to the point guard position, the 4th most assists, and we know Chris Paul loves to pass the ball, the 5th most steals. Chris Paul does like to get steals. He is pretty good at it. And the 2nd most fantasy points to the point guard position. And over his last 5 games since returning from injury, he's averaging almost 18 points, almost 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. And that includes the blowout game where they lost by 30, where he had like 3 points, which really drops those averages. So it's really, he's averaging more around 20 points a game and more assists. So we're definitely looking at points and assists and possibly steals if you want to throw in, if you want to take a look at his fantasy score. We'll see where that comes out at. And if they have a steals line, we'll take a look at that as well. But points and assists for Chris Paul. My 10th pick, you guys are going to hate me. He's on your ban list. But I'm going to pick him. I'm going to pick him again. He's got a great matchup. Nikola Vucevic of the Chicago Bulls. He's playing against the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers will be on a back-to-back. They give up the most points to the center position. They also give up the 6th most assists, the 5th most three-pointers made, and the 3rd most fantasy points overall to the center position. And at the time of this recording, Kristaps Porzingis has 30 points on 8 of 12 shooting against this Trailblazers team. And there's a whole quarter left for Porzingis. And over Vucevic's last 5 home games, he's averaging 23 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. So he's passing the ball well, he's scoring well, he's rebounding well. You can keep him You can keep him on your ban list if you want to. You can stay away from him. The lines might come out super high, or they might come out low, just because everyone took the under on him last time, and he was under by 0.5, I believe. In my 11th pick, this is for the people who comment and they're like, why don't these YouTubers take the unders on anyone? Well, here's an under for you. Zubac of the Clippers. He has a absolutely terrible matchup against the Knicks, so he's probably going to drop 30 points just because I'm going to say he has a terrible matchup. But the Knicks give up the least amount of points to the center position, the second least amount of rebounds, and the fifth least assists to the center position. And Zubac, over his last 5 games, is averaging 11.5 points and 8.5 rebounds. So I imagine his line's going to come out around 10.5 points, and his rebounds is going to probably be around 8.5. So if you want to go under points, rebounds, assists, he's got a terrible matchup. So there you go. For the people who want a YouTuber to take an under, he's probably going to drop 30 points because I'm taking the under. So there you have it. There's the 11th pick. I'm just throwing that in there. So thank you all for watching. Thank you everyone for your prayers. I really appreciate it. You all are great. It's a great community, and at 5,000 subscribers is still crazy to me. That's awesome. Hopefully this keeps growing, and we can all just keep growing together and helping each other to make money and beat Prize Picks. So it's the final round. God bless you all. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.